Hello, this is the summarization of cooperative management.
Unit 1 includes the following: the history of cooperatives, the nature and characteristics of the cooperatives, which includes service-oriented, community-oriented, people-oriented, owned, managed, and patronized by members, business enterprises, development through self-help and mutual help, serve best when answer the real and felt of the needs of the members, develops best from bottom to top, and last, enhanced through multi-sectoral approach. It also includes the scope of cooperation. Also, it involves its meaning. Why is it an organization? And cooperative as an organization, which has the advantages and disadvantages. Cooperative as an organization, advantages: voluntary membership, democratic management, and service motive. The disadvantages are lack of secrecy, inefficient management, rigid rules and regulation, difference and functionalism. Unit 2: the development of cooperatives. It includes the modern cooperative movement, which has the Rochdale principle, and its implications are voluntary, democratic member control, member economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training and information, cooperation among cooperatives, concerns for the community. Also, it involves the roles of the cooperatives. Unit 3. It talks about cooperatives, which includes its definition, concept, objectives, principles, different types, categories, and membership. Also, it differentiates the corporation and cooperatives.
Unit 4: History and Assessment of the Philippine Cooperative. There are 3 stages in here. These are Stage 1 of the Philippine Cooperative Movement. First is the pre-formation period, also known as the Spanish period. During this period, a latter part of the Spanish colonization, the local gremios and other self-help associations emerged, thus starting the cooperative movement in the Philippines. Second is the formative years, or the American colonial period. At this time, the Americans replaced the Spaniards as the new colonial administrators of the Philippines. Third is the state-initiated cooperatives. This is where they encourage the formation of state-initiated farmers marketing cooperative. And last, private-initiated cooperatives. The private-initiated rye-fencing type of cooperative was maintained and grew. Now, let us move on to the second stage, Stage 2 of the Philippine Cooperative Movement. First is the Japanese occupation, which involves around 5,000 consumers and producers, cooperatives organized constituting 77 increase over 570 rural cooperatives in 1939. Second, we have the rehabilitation period after the Second World War. During these stages, many laws were passed to assist the organization and reorganization of cooperatives during the rehabilitation period after World War II. Next, we have the third, which is resurgent state-initiated cooperative and non-agricultural cooperative. This was made to counter revolutionary activities. The state became very active in organizing local farms, cooperatives. Last, the martial law
period. Before martial law, at first there were no cooperation among cooperatives, and the government disorganized in supervising and coordinating cooperatives, which made it hard for the cooperatives to develop. Now, during the martial law, they formed the BCD, also known as the Bureau of Cooperative Development, to rationalize the cooperative movement, and the CUP, the Cooperative Union of the Philippines, to centralize coordination of all education and training programs of all cooperatives. Now moving on to the last stage, stage 3 of the Philippine cooperative movement. First is the Cory Aquino presidency. This new constitution, in which a new product of people power uprising, was cooperative friendly, but the mistake of the past in organizing state-initiated cooperatives for political and anti-insurgency purposes was avoided. Second, Ramos People Empowerment Goals. Fidel Ramos presidency. He continued the cooperative development program of the Aquino's administration. Executive Order number 96 and 95 were issued by President Ramos to improve coordination efforts in creating a good and helpful environment in cooperative development among all government agencies, including the local government units or the LGU, and establishment of cooperative development councils in national, regional, city, or municipal levels. Third, the administration of President Estrada and President Arroyo. The National Anti-Poverty Commission was created to provide houses, jobs, and health assistance to the poor with the help of related government agencies. Last, President Pinoy Aquino and the cooperative movement. Republic Act 9520 provides the electric cooperatives can convert themselves into stock cooperatives provided that these cooperatives register with the CDA. There has also been problems and prospects in the cooperative movement in the Philippines. Unit 5, Organization and Management of Cooperatives. Organizational procedures states on how to get organized, reserve your proposed cooperative name, prepare a general statement called economic survey, prepare the cooperative's bylaws, prepare the articles of cooperation, secure bond of accountable officers, execute treasurer's affidavit, register your cooperative with the Cooperative Development Authority. This unit also explains General Assembly, Board of Directors, Committees of Cooperative, Officers of Cooperative, Management and Supervision of the Cooperative, Powers and Functions of the Officer, Powers and Capabilities of our registered cooperatives, Responsibilities, Rights, and Privileges of a cooperative under the Republic Act number 9520. Unit 6. It explains about agrarian reform, which includes history of agrarian reform, comprehensive agrarian reform program, agrarian reform, cooperative participation in the implementation of agrarian reform area, agrarian reform beneficiaries, agrarian reform community. Unit 8. The role of the cooperatives and the government, which includes cooperatives and community development. Government and community development.
Advantages. Roles of the government in cooperative development under the new code. And rule number 1, general provisions. And last unit, Unit 9, successful cooperatives. In this unit, they provide an example of different kinds of successful cooperatives in the country and most outstanding cooperatives. They stated how they develop and how to achieve success, and thus concluding the summarization of cooperative management. Thank you for listening.